platform in order for them to shop and also to deliver. All right, now we're going to move on, and I'm going to leave you with this. The film industry in Kenya is rapidly growing, and many young people are on the steering front, pioneering this movement. A young film director, Fabi Grace Njogoro, a fourth-year student at KCA University, successfully debuted her feature film, Mistaken Identity, in May last year. Now, since then, she has 5 successive screenings, totally sold out. She speaks to Apollo James, and according to her, the primary responsibility of a film director is bringing stories to life through visual arts.
On our conversation today about leadership, business, and management, we're talking about the business of film. And joining me today is world-class film director, Fabi Grace. Fabi, good to see you.
Good to see you too, James.
Mistaken Identity. Could you take us through the journey of the first time you conceptualized it until you shot it?
We were given our final project, and we were told you have to make a feature film. So my classmates and I, we gathered together and we discussed. And someone asked, who has a film that we can shoot? So I was silent, but one of my classmates was like, Fabi, don't you have a story? You always have a story. And I was like, yeah, I have this story that I had written in the script writing class, and they told me to give them the idea. So I gave them the idea and they liked it, and we all agreed that was the script that we are going to use. And the film industry is growing rapidly. Right now, I think we've done 5 screenings so far, and people have turned out. They've come, they've watched our films, and they've given feedback, and we are so proud of that.
What was the budget of the entire film?
Roughly 250, 300,000 shillings.
Did you always know that you're gonna end up in film industry?
No, actually. So when I was in high school, I used to make up stories and tell it to my friends while we were writing notes. I used to write them down, the stories. I never knew I was going to have an opportunity to visualize them and make them into films.
Usikwe mjinga Brejin, uliambiwa ulete Daisy. Na clearly, usi Daisy.
And speaking of, you've mentioned about the budget of making Mistaken Identity, but the other headache could have been picking up the casts.
In film, there's something called typecasting. Typecasting is when you write a role for a specific person. This is because you know this person can actually kill it. They can actually actualize the character and bring them to life well enough. So with most of Mistaken Identity actors, they were typecasted, but the others, we put out a casting call, and people came for auditions. They sent out monologues while they were at home, and that is how we picked our actors.
What was the major challenge for you, especially it being a non-traditional industry? You know, it's not 8 to 5, and especially working with people as a young person, you're trying to bring this vision into fruition.
Emerging filmmakers, we are trying to come up with ways on how we're going to be earning a living from our films. So this is like bringing our films to the audience, making our films available. So with likes of Phil and Abel, they've made their film available on their website, and also I've seen it on Netflix. As filmmakers, we're trying to bring our films to the audience. So you can do this in so many ways, but I've seen screenings are working. When you take your film somewhere and you tell people your film is going to be there, they can come, pay, and watch, and also enjoy other films as well. Live music and, you know, some food, some drinks. People are going to come. If you put your film on websites and on subscription, Netflix, all those platforms, people are going to watch. And also you do a lot of marketing, people are going to turn out and they're going to support your work, right? So that is what we are learning to do. We are trying to perfect that art. And yes, so I'd urge all filmmakers to look at it as a business. Don't look at it as a hobby, because the moment you look at it as a hobby, you will never learn, you'll never earn anything from your craft. You're only going to be using money and never getting anything in return.
If you could pick like maybe 3 things that will help you in marketing and distribution, what are the platforms that you use?
TikTok is a very, very expansive platform where it can help you reach a very large number of people. So you can use TikTok. You can also use Instagram. Instagram is also really, really good. And also you can use YouTube. So far, that is what I have gathered and I have learned. And also you can use celebrities and their social medias and YouTube advertisements. That is what I have gathered for now. But maybe if there are other media channels that we can use, definitely we are willing to explore.
Do you feel like Kenyans, or rather the markets that we currently have, we don't have the culture of going to screens?
Yes, yes. Oh my goodness. Kenyans do not have the culture of going to movie theaters. Uko mtaani ukiuliza, when you tell people to come see your screen, to come see your movie screening, they'll tell you that hizo ni vitu za watu wadosi. Like, sisi watu wenye tuko huku chini, sisi hatuendangi cinema because hatuna hiyo pesa. This is why I was saying that you have to take your film to your audience. You have to make your film available for everyone, not just people who can afford it. We are trying to make it a culture by also bringing up themes, by also telling people to dress a certain way, also giving out free stuff because, you know, Kenyans, when you tell them that you have an incentive, they're going to come.
Mom! Did you feel pressure managing such a young team?
It is human nature to feel pressure, especially when you're exploring something that you've never done before. It was a handful, especially we were shooting during Maandamano. It was so much stressful because you had to transport people from one location to the other. With all this chaos on the roads, you know, people don't know what will happen in the evening. We're not sure about the security. We're not guaranteed that people are going to arrive home safe and sound. We're also not guaranteed that the place we're shooting is safe, right? So it was really, really stressful. But these casts, they were amazing. They really cooperated. And they were so happy to be there. You know, they really give their all.
So is it like a profitable business in a nutshell?
Yes, filmmaking is a profitable business. You just have to work. You have to put in the work. If you do not put in the work, you're not going to see any results. Like I said, I have seen so many filmmakers who have made films and put them on the shelves. This is because they don't know what to do about it.
So how would you like the government to come in, and how would you like the corporate sector to come in?
I would actually urge the government to provide security for filmmakers. This is because even with the permits, we are still not getting security. And also the government can also fund us. They can put out grants for filmmakers whereby we can access them and we can make films. And yeah, we can also improve our economy.
Now that you're in the film sector, what's your long-term plan in terms as a film director and in terms of where you'd want film industry to be?
I'm seeing myself to have made 5 to, 6 films in the next 5 years, God willing. I'm seeing myself having able to have partnered with other film industries in the world, like Bollywood, Nollywood, also Hollywood. You know, we are thinking big, we're thinking large. I'm also seeing myself having been able to have hacked distribution, and also, yeah, to make the Kenyan audience want to see our films and appreciate what we do.
Well said. That young person out there who wants a career in filmmaking, but they don't have the courage to venture into this.
Build your spirit of networking and know people, because now your curiosity of learning is going to help you in your ability to storytell. And also have courage. Have courage, stability, and discipline, because with filmmaking you have to wake up very early, you have to stay up at odd hours shooting, you know, and working in very strenuous conditions. So you have to have the spirit, the discipline, and yeah, I think that's all. And put God first, because now in every business that you do, you have to put God first, and you have to have the faith that it is going to bring in results. And yeah, and have fun. Have a lot of fun. Yeah, and love what you do. Please love what you do, because if you do not love what you do, you're not going to enjoy it fully. Yeah.
Honestly, sijui niko wapi, but niko sawa. I'm on my way home. Sawa. Ndakuja shule. Rosie will be there in a bit, sawa?